Hi everyone, this is Jack again, and today I would like to share with you the sample answer that my grader sent to me, and the topical question sounds like that. Most high-level positions in companies are filled by men, even though the workforce in many developed countries is more than 50% female. Companies should be required to allocate a certain percentage of these positions to women. To what extent do you agree? So I designed a mini plan based on this sample answer just to help myself to understand better how native speakers approach essay writing. Okay, let's analyze how this essay is written, and let's start with the introduction. In a number of developed countries, most of the workforce is comprised of women, whereas the majority of upper management jobs are held by males. One solution is to introduce rules to ensure businesses hire certain numbers of each gender for these roles. A clever paraphrasing, you can notice that the author substantiated women with each gender in the second sentence, and you can also use this trick to refer to any object you like as long as your term inevitably includes the term used in the question. This essay completely disagrees with this as it could result in less suitable candidates taking this job and cause doubts about the abilities of women in these positions. Just a clear and plain one-sided opinion. Enforcing this law would mean that these roles would sometimes be filled according to gender rather than suitability. No opening sentence here, just a straightforward idea. Inevitably, companies would be forced to hire a woman to meet the quotas of females required in these positions, regardless of whether she is the best candidate or not. A quite clear explanation, nothing more than necessary. For example, when this concept was trialed in New Zealand, a small percentage of companies lost market momentum as a direct result of being forced to put the wrong applicants in such positions. Quite a simple grammar here, but a strong logical consequence to keep up with clearance and coherence, and I suppose market momentum serves to hit topic-specific vocabulary. And the second body, furthermore, for women with the necessary skills to succeed in high-level positions, there would be suspicion that they didn't deserve the job. A very proper transition, furthermore, indicates that the second paragraph represents another part of the author's opinion, and a cut-down conditional structure here underlines the author's assumption and indicates the author's awareness of a nice style of writing. It would be known that a certain number of these jobs were to be allocated to women, and many would unconsciously assume that these women were not fully deserving due to selection based on their gender. A good explanation, wrapped into conditional structures, that align with the assumption stated in the first sentence. You can press pause and have a closer look at this piece on your own, and an example with an openly accessible source and a clear link to the main idea. For instance, Harvard Business Review reported that females who currently occupy high-powered positions have to work harder than their male counterparts to gain acknowledgement, and the introduction of such legislation would only damage their credibility. And in conclusion, the standpoint of this essay is that there should be no restrictions on who a company puts in high-level positions, as this could result in appointing people who do not deserve these jobs and make it more difficult for women in these roles to prove their effectiveness. As for me, a bit wordy, but an effective summary, I've presented the outline from the intro to make it easier for you to get a clear picture of how strict native speakers are about the consistency of their writing. And to embrace a holistic picture, press pause, take your time, and go through the whole essay. And best luck with your studies.